Hello and welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration and Krastorio 2. So, today, our goal is to fix Ogun power supply. We are going to stick with solar is my, that's my plan. Because it's waterless, we have limited options on what we want to do. So we could either tap the oil, which seems like a lot of effort for not much. There's not even that much oil here, I'll be honest. The other one we could do is making coal into fuel and then using the burner turbine generators to do the same. This process is not very efficient, and I'm kind of opting to not do that. It would probably be one of the simpler solutions that we could think of, but I'm not opting to do that. So I think what we're aiming to do is we're aiming to get 100 megawatts out of Ogun to start with. Based on the fact that one of these needs 50 megawatts, and we like to have a little bit of headroom, right? Now the solar day is 2 minutes and 19 seconds, and the night only lasts for 14 seconds. So it's quite convenient. Now, I probably need to send 1,500 solar panels, which we have, and we also have 500 accumulators. So it's not that big of an operation to do. After that, I want to get started on scaffolding in orbit, and I want to also make sure to be able to automate that so we can send things to space and at least get closer to automating science finally. Now, on Novice, the big issue we have here is petroleum. So I'm just gonna put a couple of modules in here. Instead of the energy save we're getting, we're gonna get a pretty decent speed boost. I'm kinda worried that we're just gonna stack up and max out light oil here. That's quite a reasonable possibility. I'm gonna try and do something stupid here. Like so. Yeah, let's just do that. That would be fine. So we can process a little bit more of the light oil, and we should be getting more of this done. This should now be able to consume 15k per minute. I'm not sure how much we are able to mine here. So we're still able to fill this out for now, Which is great. There's none of these are running a risk of running out. Expected resource 3.6 million. I don't know if I trust that, I'll be honest. I don't know if I should be trusting the map or what they say. Because if this is true, what I can see on the pump jacks, we have a lot of oil left. So petroleum is stacking up a little bit, which means sulfuric acid and everything sulfur related should be also stacking up quite well. This has been the #1 issue with heat shielding, which is a component for the scaffolding that I want to make. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. I think it's unlikely that we lose 2 of that. I'm also gonna just keep sending satellites now. So we send 2 of those, 2 of those. I'd probably want to send some substations with this. And also some of that. And let's go get... I know 500 is too much, right? But we're just getting a row here. Or not. Okay. We have to do this for some reason. Both convenient and not convenient, but it's quite quick to fill up. I love my bots, to be honest. And on Ogun, right now, not super interested in anything other than Vulcanite. So all I need to do is fix the power. That's really everything that we're doing. It's gonna be a very expensive rocket to send, but it will be worth it. And we now put this back to 0. So we have the signal receiver and the transmitter, substation, roboport, more roboports, big electric pole. We have the things. Probably want to send the chests and a couple of inserters just to make sure that we have those things there. We have miners, more than enough. Probably. This is 300 per minute. Okay. We send a couple of miners with a couple of efficiency modules as well. Just because we can. And then I don't think we need to send anything else. This needs to go to Ogun and Ogun landing pad. We just need a little bit more of this fuel. Okay, meanwhile, let's go to novice orbit. We don't really have any room anywhere. Let's do this. We put this here. And we want to get scaffolding. Okay, so we did have a little bit of scaffolding here previously. So we can use that quite nicely. 100 ain't gonna cut it. This is 4K to fill this out. We probably want to make sure we fill this out. It's gonna take like a long time to do that, but we definitely want to get there. What did I get from this? Nostos, a new planet. Oh, that's uranium. Let's send another one. A mistake. Okay, this should probably get that to be ready. I'm just double checking the care package here. Yeah, it should be fine. Go. Okay. And then we go back to sending to novice orbit. Perfect. So, Ogun. I have no idea. All right, so that ain't gonna cut it. Interesting. Oh, can we actually wait? Can we do this? Okay. Okay. 32. And then 8. We could even do this, but I think that's gonna be overkill for Ogun, probably. We'll see here in a second when we kind of figure this out. Because this is 160 and 40. That's a pretty good ratio for Ogun. I'll be honest. And this is 300 something. Can you go there maybe? And then we'll remove that. I think we can put it there probably. And then start to remove these. Yeah, that doesn't. That does not reach. But that does. Okay, so let's get that done. We can get this as well. And this. And that. So we can move a roboport there and there. I don't know if this is gonna. Probably not. We'll do that. Then maybe we get another one out of that. This has been a long time coming, holy shit. So let's see, this is now 672, 168. 672 and 168, I think. Yeah. So this is average 51 megawatts. It's pretty good. I should have sent probably some repair packs. Yeah. That's unfortunate. That part I've completely forgot because we have this alert here all the time. Like, yeah, that sounds like a fun alert to have. So what I really just want to do is double this. Now, these won't be connected unless we do that. Could have also sent a couple of construction robots, but yeah, so this is 1.3k solar panels, which is exactly what we needed. So let's go over here. Put that there. This will be Ogun to Novice. Which is great. We'll put that there. You are gonna send your signal to this. that, and that. Yeah, because you are not... okay, so that's that. Copper. Explosives. Copper. Heat shielding. Low density structure. Okay. So we go back to Ogun here now. They are semi-struggling with this. Do we not have enough roboports to do this? I would be very, very sad if that's the case. No, we do. It's just that it's 1,500 solar panels, right? So... that's fine. Okay. Let's put this guy out. Boom. Let's read the contents of the network. This is not a roboport, but okay. This will be on the Ogun 2 Novice channel. You... we can just do this, to be honest, as well. How are you guys doing? Well, doing fine. So the peak will be higher than the 100 megawatts, right? Because I think... yeah, so the peak will be 142 megawatts. Pretty sick. So if we go here and read, we have most of these actually, except explosive, obviously. So we are going to need capsule and cable. I think I want to do this, I'll be honest. I think we should do that on Draket as well. Because you're only using 10 copper cable per 10 seconds, like there's no way. We'll just do this. Because this taking too long. Okay, let's go back to Ogun. Man, you're telling me we don't have assembling machines. Because we have the yellow ones. Man, I'm lucky AF that that's the case. Not even gonna lie. Draket. Request the Roni. Go here. Put that there. Request from buffer chest. You'll do your thing. We'll put out the absolutely massive fucking thing here. Right, I don't really care. This is gonna be a novice outbound. Let's go to Dracat. And this here will receive this. Right. Yeah. Okay, that's way smarter. So you will connect to a novice outbound. And you guys will be... I'm just gonna copy this here. Boom. Copy, but this is gonna be Vulcanite instead. You don't have any explosive. Also. We need to empty that stuff out. Gonna start these. And see our delivery cannon power usage spike. Which is always great. 251 megawatts. Okay, and so that actually becomes a problem. That actually becomes a problem. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to read that. That was good catch, to be honest. That was a good catch. Okay. So now we should have the same system in place for just making sure we have both Vulcanite and Cryonite here at a reasonable spot, right? Now we can see the night. Which should hopefully not last very long. Let's see how much accumulator charge we'll have left. Okay. That looks perfectly fine. For one delivery cannon. And you'll be able to get enough capsules to send that at a higher rate as well. What about Dracat? You should also be able to send this at a higher pace now. We should have an abundance of Vulcanite now. And you have stopped. Okay, cool. And we'll refill these iron ingots eventually. That's kind of cool. Nice. Very, very nice. I don't know if I should be putting speed modules in this or not. I'll just leave it for now. Okay. So that part is kind of sorted now. Ogun is finally doing what it should be doing. And we have 800 cryonite and counting, which is great. Okay, next problem. That's gonna be orbit. That's gonna definitely be orbit. So, if we take a look at novice orbit. Wait, what are we waiting for? We're waiting for production science packs. And you need a lot of ingots. Interesting, you only need ingots. Okay, so we can take this chance to also send ingots there. I should have taken them with me. No, we don't have that many. Because that's a very, very slow process. We'll send those. We're gonna send 2 of each. How are we doing with the tech cards anyway? 2k, 1k, 1k. So red, green, and yellow I think we'll send. Red, green, and yellow. Just because we're sending stuff there anyway, we might as well. How are we doing here? This baddie has 8k. You have reached halfway full. But it's not really anything to write home about. At least all of these are working. And we're looking at 2 of these working at the same time right now. So I wonder what target temperature they'll reach. Probably around... I don't know. That's a hard question to answer, apparently. But we are definitely over the 250 mark. Otherwise, we wouldn't have loaded 2, I think. And our power consumption is really going up. Over the last hour, we have consumed 18 power cells. So at this rate, when we start to warn, we have 5 hours to find a solution. Which is not that long, to be honest. We have a solution in place. Draket is pretty ready to just send this. Not quickly, but it will send it. Okay. We are getting there. How much telemetry do we have? I mean, we just keep sending these. We just keep sending these. I'd really like effect transmission to be done. So I can start using beacons too. New Moon Lath. Which apparently is a coal, waterless moon. Cold, waterless deserts, treeless, eccentric mountains. Okay. There's a little bit of immersite. I think immersite will be the next big thing that we do. Because we need it for the optimization science pack, which is kind of... If we go by this logic here, this is going to be the next, and that's immersium processing. We can probably unlock that as well, right? So we're about to have 2k tech cards here. I think Dracat is a good candidate for immersite too. A decent candidate, at least. This is 1800, but I mean, kinda tempted. Put these in. Trash unrequested. Get rid of that. I don't think we need anything else immediately in novice orbit. So let's send this. Boom. Should be able to unlock beacons with that. We're still kind of struggling with sulfur. This is not enough. We have a little stockpile of petroleum. Let's do that. And that. Put some power poles here. I mean, sulfuric acid too should be really good to go. I don't know how much we've used from the train, but not that much. And we're about to finish that up as well, so not really any issues. So novice orbit. I'm starting to have trouble, you know, finding that in the list. So I'm gonna have to start sorting it by the thing instead. Oh, okay. I thought 1 would be the highest priority, okay. But we can do this, right? It's a lot easier to just see that. Okay, meanwhile, meteor defense. We have so much power now. We can probably just put a couple of these out. Because we do have them. So we should probably make use of them. Okay, let's go. Actually, Ogun kind of needs a priority as well. Otherwise, I'd lose, though we have that. Okay. So we need to place our transmitter here. I'm pretty sure it was here somewhere. Here. Let's put that there. Okay, you're reading requests now. Which I don't want to do. Really. I want to read contents. And this should be novice orbit outbound. Boom. Now this is gonna be a bit of a bigger build. And I would like to not have it in here. I think we'll place it here for now. That's probably the only reasonable area to put it in. Let's find this. And put those out there. Can we clean this area up too, please? Thanks. Where did it go? Oh, no, okay, I trashed it. Nice. Let's put it there. Double check orbit here. You are doing something you should not be doing. We should be doing this instead, probably. Okay. You don't have power. We'll fix that. You are going to tune in to orbit outbound. Oop. We'll put that there. Put that there. You're gonna go novice orbit. There. This is gonna be heat shielding. No. Novice orbit. Boom. Novice orbit. Boom. Okay. So far so good. This should make sure that we get all these nice things in orbit. We should have... You are reading nothing. I don't like that. Why are you reading nothing? Okay. I need to use the same signal wires. Okay. That's good to know. Well, it makes sense, but that's good to know. Okay. So, novice orbit. To make sure we have this, we probably... We want to send solid rocket fuel, which I think we can also do. Boom. Boom. Clean. Clean. Let's put out a couple of these here. We can send solid rocket fuel. This. And we'll do that. This is gonna be this. Stone is next, probably. Trash unrequested, please. Should be standard on all these. I'll be honest. So we'll do stone. We'll do stone. We have a lot of stone. We do have a lot of stone. Okay. These we can't send. steel we can send. Steel plate. Steel plate. Steel plate. Okay. So far, so good. So far, so good. Okay. Anything else that I would like to send? Yeah, we should do the cryonite. We have that here. Let's remove this. Put that there. This should be cryonite rod. You can request. That's fine. Then we'll do vulcanite. Vulcanite. And vulcanite. So that's also sorted now. That's a big improvement for orbit here. We sent steel, we can't send motors, we can't send belts or these. We can't really send the modules or anything related to that. We can send uranium and iron ingots, I think. So, uranium. Uranium. And uranium. Iron ingot. Iron ingot. And iron ingot. Boom. So those things will also be automatically sent. Let's make a nice little sign for that. Don't trash unrequested, thank you. We're gonna need some sulfur. Boom. We're gonna need some plastic. Boom. So I think it was plastic we made this of. Small plastic, okay, but we're doing large now, so because of reasons. There we go. And we'll do outbound. Perfect. Novice, orbit, outbound. Very, very nice. So I think that's sorted. Okay, so now I want to make a small experiment before we have to end this episode. I want to make a couple of beacons. So I'm pretty sure this, yeah, it unlocks the basic beacon. And they are not super expensive to craft or anything. So these have changed quite a bit. I also don't think 20 is going to be enough. I mean, we probably just want to say, go Unga Bunga, get 800, boom. I'm going to have to update this design eventually. Let's see what we get. We're gonna make a small experiment here with iron and beacons. So if I remember correctly, 2 of these can no longer overlap or something. I want to see what happens. Because we have to remake this area anyway, so this has been let's cut the power to this. There we go. Also, apparently we cut power to this, which I didn't really want. So I don't want to get all this iron in my inventory if I can avoid it. Looking pretty good. This we can already remove, right? And this here. So we'll start from the top. Lots and lots of miners. Okay. And we have 3 belts going in. So just out of curiosity, if we take and we do this. Okay, so beacon overload. We get that immediately. Can we fit this together like this? Yeah, kinda. Kinda, actually. Well, that's gonna be way too much power. Oh, we can do this. Or even this. Well, let's do that. Okay. So let's put this here. And put that in there. Okay. I should be requesting this. instead. Why don't we have more of the speed modules anyway? They are making here. No, I think you are making. Yeah, so we just got sent 50. Perfect. So put some power there, please. Why did I decide that this was a good idea? Okay, but they're almost here. They are almost here. Trash unrequested, thank you. Speaking of, we should probably have a couple of beacons here. Beacons, good stuff. Okay, so we do have the modules. Just gonna put a little bit of a roboport here so we can get our stuff while we're looking at this. So my thought is I kind of want to put productivity modules in here. I don't know if it's that worth it, because this is 12, it's 18%. I mean, maybe. Okay, so we actually have to do this as well. We don't get around that. That's a little bit unfortunate. But we can do this, for example. That's 75% more mining speed. Can I put this in here? I can. This is a total of module power of 4. I'm a little bit confused. So it goes from 180% to 20. I mean, this is an expensive boy. $326 per minute. I mean, it's 8 modules. We can probably stop using these as well. Let's get a couple of those running here. Yeah, you are running out. kind of tempted to get this. It's gonna take a while, but we can get started on it at least. Okay. More bot speed would also be really fantastic at this point. I mean, we're making these at a pretty reasonable pace. So we can do this. These should be able to do more than a belt, right? Oh no. That we can't do. That we can't do. Interesting. So there has to be a gap of 1 here with this build. Which we can arrange. We can arrange that. Okay. I'm kind of scared that this is gonna pollute a ton more than what we're used to. But in terms of throughput, it's fine. We'll just need a couple more of the tier 2 modules. Realistically. Did you do a delivery recently? Not really. But we're not spending that much coal right now, so... But iron we are spending a decent amount of. That's a lot of pollution. Gee. So we're probably gonna have to pay for this endeavor in increased attacks. These can also attack through here. I'm a little bit torn. I think it's probably too early for us to mine with modules. Overall, I don't really mind the beacon overload mechanic. So I'm assuming this just stops. Yeah, disabled. Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, we're gonna get a little bit more out of this patch compared to before. Kinda like it. This should be filling up again, yeah. This should be filling up again. Cool. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this episode. We've gotten a lot of stuff done, this being the most important. So Novice Orbit will be just slightly more self-reliant, which is great. Ogun also gonna work a lot better. I think we're stacking up Vulcanite quite quickly, which is great because if we take a look here at the next step of module, actually needs this 50 Vulcanite blocks per module, which is insanely expensive. I don't even want to think about what the hell this is, but the cost of modules in this pack is insane. Speed module 3, Immersite. Efficiency module 2 we can already do, we just didn't bother. And we can do 3 as well because we have Cryonite rods. And speaking of Cryonite rods, this should also be doing quite well, but I think we've sent... why did this stop? Actually, why did this stop? You don't have any explosive. We are out of explosives. We are out of petroleum. We are spending so much oil. We have an imminent oil problem in our base right now. Because when this runs out, we have oil up here and we have oil down here. And our entire base is running on this operation right now. And I would like to build an oil-based, train-based oil process, but yeah. Anyway, this is working quite well. Obviously, we're out of explosives right now because of sulfur, but it's working quite well. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. If you like this content, consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a really nice day.